Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included in the Ultimate Base 3.0. In between the episodes I let my duplicants finish a couple of things. For instance, we finished the cool steam vent here, it is now all closed up, and we also discovered our first minor volcano. Of course, with the steam vent we're gonna resupply our water in the long run, and with the minor volcano we can get some power as well as igneous rock. By collecting all the water and polluted water in the world, we actually ended up with way too much, so now it's probably time to invest in a couple of things that actually require the water. For instance, we could upgrade our farm to something else. Let's see what else we have access to at the moment. Blossom seeds. This one would require 20 kilograms of water per cycle. Not too bad. We also require some lights and a temperature between 5 to 30 degrees. It takes 6 cycles to grow and we get 1600 kilocalories out of it. We would then take the 1600 kilocalories of bristleberries, cook them up to 2000 kilocalories of grizzleberries, and this would give us a food quality of +1, which is better than what we have now. If we have 3 plants per duplicant, this should then add up to 1000 kilocalories per day per duplicant. Yeah, I believe that would be correct. So let's go ahead and deconstruct some of this stuff. At the moment we have plenty of backup food, so I think I'm gonna deconstruct this entire area and then replace it with hydroponic tiles. Also, we should have more skill points. Devon has earned one. We now use 12 of their morale. Maybe we should also think about rocket piloting soon, but you know, we still have lots to do before we actually get into the rocketry. Yeah, right now I'm not too much in a hurry with them. I'm actually gonna wait to spend that skill point. However, Meep, what the heck could we do with you? You know, thinking about it, Meep could also be our doctor. Doctor is something we use so seldomly, if we do things right, of course. It's just in crisis where we need doctors, and therefore Meep could do this job as well. Usually I struggle to spend skill points with my supplier guy. There we go, that's what I wanted to see. I've also explored towards the left, and here we have our second cool slush geyser. This is gonna be so useful. Actually, having these cool geysers in the joint, we're gonna save so much power on aqua tuners. Oh yes, really looking forward to it now. Okay, I would say it's about time we take care of our exosuits, but there's another thing I would like to take care of, and that is the carbon dioxide here. Now, I don't think we already have access to sensors. Actually, we do, the Atmos sensor here. However, these sensors are about pressure, and I would like to detect a gas, namely carbon dioxide. It is accumulating here, and I would like to pump it out of the base. Within the research tree under computers, we have these sensors here, a gas element sensor and a liquid element sensor. Wait, star map location sensor. Wait, can I really send signals across the galaxy now? Wow, I have to look up what this really does, but at the moment I'm interested in the gas element sensor. We can also already get started with the Atmos suits and everything. To the bottom, I would like to set up a Atmos suit checkpoint, but maybe towards the top, oxygen masks are gonna do, but the bottom is dangerous with all the gases and the temperatures. So what we want to do is set up a checkpoint right here, looking into this direction, and I would like to see at least 3 stations. Now, how much material? 100 kilograms per station. So we're gonna smoosh up some copper again, 6 crafts in order to get those materials, and then we can probably already hook it up to something. Let's think about our power situation for a brief moment. At the moment, we are really close to having hooked up too many things to one circuit. However, you can see our current load is only 85 watts, now 210, but it doesn't really go up that high. And as long as that is the case, and I'm pretty sure we can hook up a couple more things before we get to the limit. On the other side, Atmos suits are gonna run at 120 watts whenever they are recharging. Sometimes they are recharging all together, so that would already be 360 watts out of the way. Then maybe I have a duplicant using the rock crusher, and then everything is out of the window using 240 watts. I haven't really thought about the location of my power spine. The problem is that power cables aren't very attractive, and duplicants are gonna hate you for placing them in terms of decoration. This time around I would like to avoid placing it somewhere where the duplicants come across all the time. So my power spine is more likely to end up on either side of the base. So for now, I think what I'm gonna do is just ignore the situation, and we're gonna power up our Atmosuit dogs like so. 3 I'm gonna have, not too many. Whoop, almost forgot to set up my hydroponic farms. Let's do that. We needed 3 per duplicant. Let's try that out, and they need to be supplied with water. Now, do we already have a water pump? Not really. Let's set up one. Now you see, it's actually coming together and we are using more and more power. We need to be careful. For the water, I'm gonna do something like this. The temperature is good enough so that we don't need to use insulated pipes, and it's gonna go into the hydroponic farms. Maybe I just wanna keep going up and do something like this. Actually, thinking about it, at this point we could displace the farms. So instead it could be the ceiling of the previous room. And then, if I'm not mistaken, we actually need 3 spaces for the new plant. I have to test that first. Maybe we build those farms. Blossom seed. No, looks like we only need 2 tiles. Alright, that's fine. I can totally work with that. Before I forget, let's also set up the bridges here, so we can actually hop over the pipes, and then another power cable. But yeah, observing this, we are still not really close to the limit. It doesn't even go above 500 at this point. We got enough refined metal for the first Atmosuit dock. Also, something we don't want to forget is to already queue up to fix the Atmosuits. So we basically fix an Atmosuit with the Atmosuit and a additional reed fiber, and we want to do this forever. Also, in the storage bin next to the Exosuit forge, I wanted to have the reed fiber here inside the industrial ingredient category. I'm now also getting rid of my entire mealwood farm. We have enough backup food so that we can survive the switch, and my duplicants are gonna thank me. We also finally use up some of the water. We can then convert polluted water into normal water and also supply the farm. We just finished building everything. I think, yeah, the pump is already activated. So let's see that water flow. I'm gonna speed things up a little bit, and it should hopefully peacefully distribute. We have to see how that goes. Wait. Illumination. No! I totally forgot about that. This means we want to do something else. Oh my gosh, let me think about this. Looks like I can illuminate a maximum of 11 tiles here at the bottom. If we have a 4-high room, I could do 3 and 3. Let me try that. That means we'll have to get rid of all of this. Now I need to be careful. Anything inside the pipes, we first gotta get rid of. Fortunately enough, we do have a plumber, so we should be able to do that. I'm gonna get rid of that, make it 4 high, set up a ceiling light, and then have these hydroponic farms in the correct spot. This, for instance, means I wanna move these over, have a little gap here, then have 2 more, and the rest can go. Let me just make the switch and show you the results. Now we should probably hurry up, considering this takes 6 cycles to get started. Okay, I think I managed to change everything we needed to change thus far. We now have a setup of bristle blossoms for 5 duplicants, 3 per duplicant. We'll have to see how this holds up. Actually, we might want to set up at least 1 more hydroponic farm to offset the time Devon takes to harvest the plants. I'm piping the water through like this, and hopefully soon enough we'll see these guys grow. Actually, they are already growing. 8%, 7%, good stuff, good stuff. Let's plant more. We need to get this going. We also have a little bit of slime lung in the joint. I believe somebody contracted slime lung. Oh, still that many germs. I wonder. Man, it's just because of this nasty polluted oxygen. Maybe we can take care of this. We just need to get rid of this polluted water so no new polluted oxygen is generating. I mean, right here it's not a problem anymore. They are actually decreasing, but it does take a really long time, I have to say. Anyways, Atmosuit docks are in place. Let's see what we actually require to build a suit. We are gonna build them out of copper, and we need 300 kilograms of copper per suit. This is just a one-time cost though, and we have 18 units of reed fiber. I would like to build 3 suits, 900 kilograms of refined copper. That is a tall order, though we do have 32 tons at the moment, at least in raw ore form. So 18 crafts just to make these freaking suits. What did I build this out of? I built the checkpoint out of iron. Interesting. It's actually fine. It's kind of a visual distinction between the checkpoint and the stations. Anyways, I was thinking about my power situation again, and I would like to actually clean up the mess. Also, I would like to get the coal generator out of the way because it is also producing unnecessary heat. And I figured we have a cold area here on the top that we're not using. So what we could do, for instance, is set up 3 coal generators. We also want to build a couple of jumbo batteries, and last but not least we're gonna have a smart battery. Let me see, this ladder is in the way a little bit. Let me actually redo this. We're gonna go with our flooring. So if we continue the flooring, it would look something like this. And right here would be our level. Yeah, let's do that. Get rid of this. We're gonna do 2 jumbo batteries. 1 smart battery is gonna go here. I'm just gonna leave the space free, and then as many generators as we have the space for, which is 3. I'm actually gonna move them over here in order to have the space for a storage bin as well. We can set that up there and store some coal. If I'm not mistaken, we already have access to the auto sweeper. So theoretically we could feed the generators with the auto sweeper and leave the duplicants free to do something else. I guess we can do that later on. Right now I would like to use the refined metal to actually build the suits. We're also gonna tell these guys to deliver a suit, so as soon as we have some, they should be brought over here. At the moment, of course, they will not be usable because we haven't hooked up the oxygen. But I really believe we need to sort out our power situation. We're gonna have a power spine going down here at the moment, and then we're just gonna distribute the power as needed so we are not running the risk of overloading. But that is something we should prepare already. I'm just gonna make a little division here, and then we're gonna start with the power spine. Let's see. We are gonna need lots of ore. Right now we do not have a lot of iron ore. This should also be kept for more important things such as producing steel. But yeah, we're basically gonna run a thick cable all the way down and then distribute the power as needed. We're gonna have a little platform like this on each of our levels. And then we can decide which levels require transformers and we can set those up. So all of this has to be dug away, and then we also want ladders for this place. Also, technically I built the fire pole on the wrong side. This should have been on the right side. Maybe I'm gonna fix that right away. Yeah, we should fix that because eventually I need to do it anyways. We have finished crafting all of our suits, they have been delivered, and also everything here on the right side has been built. I decided to make a little insulation barrier here because of the chill that's coming from the top, so we'll have to excavate a little corridor in order to build this. We can now basically finish the power thingy-mabob. Gonna hook this up. We're also gonna have some automation wire running from the generators to the battery. And speaking of the battery, we still need one. Okay, looks like we need a couple more materials for that. Let's do like 4 more crafts. Get a little spare. In the meantime, of course, as usual, I'm cleaning up all my stuff. Everything that I've collected so far is in this single tile. And hopefully that is gonna help with the FPS if we keep things clean right off the bat. For instance, with a priority of 4, I'm gonna sweep up all of this. So whenever they have nothing to do, they're not gonna be idle, but collecting some of those materials. Now I'm a little bit worried about this hatchling here. It didn't lay an egg, maybe it's because it doesn't get any food. But it's already 72 cycles old. To make critter storage a little bit easier in the future, I'm on the lookout for a rancher. I don't intend to do a lot of ranching because of the FPS issues. But some things are going to be useful, such as getting coal from the hatches, or maybe even getting plastics from the Dracos. In this storage bin, obviously, we want to store some coal. Let's do, yeah, priority 5 should be enough. And then as mentioned, I also would like to have an auto sweeper. And this way, we should be able to reach all 3 generators. Obviously, we cannot build that just yet. However, we should be able to do that soon with Harold. Actually, we can upgrade him right now. Cool. Mechatronics Engineering, you get that hat, be proud of it. Also with Camille, I want to get into demolition, that is for sure. Upgrade her hat as well. Now we're actually going to be able to get rid of the lab desks and everything that is going to be in the way anyways. The auto sweeper also needs to be hooked up to power, of course. And then I would say we can already get into power transformers. We're going to use the lowest tier of power transformers just because I don't want to waste too many resources making refined metals with the rock crusher. Just in case you didn't know, you lose half of the mass with the rock crusher, and there is the refinery that actually converts the ore to refined metal in a 1-to-1 ratio. But yeah, we're gonna have our first power transformer right on this level, supplying all the science machines, the oxygen diffusers and the lamps of the farm. All we have to do is hook up the input here, and then we can have an output with a normal wire going through the walls. We can then probably make a cut right here, so we're not gonna need those anymore, and finish everything with a wire bridge right there. Okay, that should be good. Supplying all this part, this is only a potential load of 460. We could even add more machines, which we're going to do in the future. So that's going to be my first circuit. We can then have another one here. And this is going to supply the exosuit forge, the kitchen and everything. Let's also hook that up. This is going to hop over there. And we want to actually hook up everything through the flooring this time around. So we are not going to hook up the battery though. That is going to go as soon as the system is in place upstairs. All of these cables can go, however, and we're going to go up through here and supply the rest of the machines. Maybe also continue this to supply the pump. Okay, I think that is enough to build. It's also going to disrupt the base for a cycle or so until the circuits are actually functioning again. We also finished the research with all the sensors here. What we are after is the gas element sensor. I'm gonna place that right, let me think, probably right there. We're also gonna set up another gas pump here with a pipe just going out of the base and a gas vent. Though it's gonna be a problem because we are already overpressured in this place. So we might want to potentially dig away some more terrain in order to lower the pressure. But of course the idea is to every now and then get rid of the carbon dioxide in order to have oxygen also on this level, and as soon as the carbon dioxide rises to this level, the pump is gonna activate. I'm also gonna deconstruct the smart battery here together with the coal generator. Gas element sensor is in place. We're gonna set it to carbon dioxide. Whenever it detects carbon dioxide, it is gonna send a green signal activating the pump. We have enough refined material to build the smart battery here on the top. Gonna need to run some automation wire as well. Actually, I already did that. Wonderful. I'm gonna set this storage bin to priority 6. I would like to see this full. Maybe eventually I'm gonna set it to priority 5, but at the moment there are too many things at priority 5. Also, I believe what we have to do is set the coal generators to 100% for the auto sweeper to function properly. But I'm not completely sure that is still the case. And there we go. Auto sweeper is picking up coal, so that is working. Storage bin already 7 tons, so I think we can set it back to 5. Smart battery I want to set to 95, and let's start it at around 40% or so. And I have these additional jumbo batteries just to be able to store a little bit more power than one single smart battery. And all the way up here, I will also not have to be concerned about cooling. That is good. Looks like the power system here upstairs is in place. I totally forgot to set up a bridge at the bottom. So I want to make sure this is done immediately, and then we should also have enough power for the bottom. Though this still looks a little bit weird. Yeah, I think I want to take apart this guy and then we continue there. Now, let me see. How much energy do we need for the upper part? 1700 watts still. But we are extremely unlikely to use all those 700 watts at the same time. So I think what I want to do is set up one more power transformer that's gonna go here, and that's gonna supply everything we have outside the base right now. We might want to fill up the atmosuit docks with oxygen in order to be able to go outside again. We could also just disable the checkpoint. Right now they cannot go outside. But if we set up a couple of gas pumps here and connect these, we should be able to go down, maybe follow along here, and then continue towards the atmosuits. Yeah, we're just straight gonna fill them up. This also requires us to always have pure oxygen near here, but I believe that at the moment is the case. Gonna need a little gas bridge as well, and then we should be set for that. If we have a look at the power, we can still supply these 2 pumps with the circuit here on the top. Good, I'm actually glad we changed the power system. It was about time. We were almost at the point of overloading. Wonderful, everything has been built and we are now filling up our atmosuits. Soon enough, once these are full, we will be able to go outside again, and then there's just this power transformer to build. And I think we should now be able to actually close this off, and then we'll only be able to access it here from the top. And hopefully this is going to be a long enough distance so we don't get the slime lung inside of the base. Oh, actually, I totally missed it. Camille is already using the atmosuit. Absolutely wonderful. The thing about atmosuits is they are great. However, athletics is reduced by -5, which means new duplicants are gonna really struggle with that. All my duplicants have more than 5 athletics, so at least they are as slow as they are in the beginning. But yeah, in the future we're gonna have to deal with that. And there we go. Camille using her demolition skill. Great stuff. But yeah, with that out of the way, we now have access to EXOSUITS. I would say we're gonna place another oxygen diffuser, since this is using a lot of oxygen. We can actually support this oxygen diffuser, even though we use 940 watts potential load, because we are never gonna use both research engines at the same time. That means we can take off at least 60 watts. That means 880 watts plus the 120 from the oxygen diffuser, and we have 1000 watts, which I believe is still okay. It needs to be over 1000 watts to be overloaded, meaning we basically used that wire optimally. And we have more duplicants going outside. Harold picked up some muckroot or something, and yeah, there he goes, dropping it again. Anyways, I think we can now go through here. That should be legitimate, and then we're just gonna wrap things up by extending the heavy watch wire, and then this copper wire is gonna follow the same pattern, but we're gonna connect right here. And we also already want to set up a bridge, because eventually this is just gonna continue. Yeah, I would say with that out of the way, we have accomplished the exosuit stage, and we also have a better power system. We still have 13 tons of coal. However, we need to watch that number. If it goes down dramatically, then it's time to go to other power systems, such as natural gas. But with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye bye.